At Woodbury, there's a word that's thrown around a lot: brotherhood. But what does brotherhood mean? It is the deep bond you form with roommates, classmates, and teammates who come from all corners of the country and around the world. It's living with 400 brothers who will be there for you when times are hard and will celebrate with you when you score your first goal or do well on a test. It is knowing that you are part of a cherished legacy of Woodbury boys who have been shaped by the same honor code for 134 years. Above all else, it's about living with decency and respect for those around you. At Woodbury, the friendships you form and the lessons you learn will last the rest of your life.
Here at Episcopal, we've been preparing students for lives of ethical leadership and service since 1839.
With a 130-acre all-boarding campus.
Just 10 minutes away from Washington, D.C.
And a faculty and staff
here to support you 24/7.
We are ready for you.
So my question for you is, are you ready?
Let's go!
Are you ready to live with courage?
To ignite your curiosity.
And lead with action.
Are you ready to experience the power of community?
To spark new connections.
To know that every day, everywhere,
Someone has your back. Are you ready to discover that your voice matters?
And learn to collaborate with others.
Episcopal Point, through and serve.
to think critically.
To feed your creative passions.
And to push boundaries.
Are you ready to find balance?
And savor the weekends. Are you ready to explore the world around you?
And make the city your classroom.
Are you ready to make friendships
That lasts a lifetime.
To start your journey of self-discovery.
Embracing challenges.
And celebrating wins. Are you ready to join a tradition of honor?
Courage
and leadership.
We are Episcopal, and we are ready to know you.
Are you ready to be known?
It is a game that needs no introduction. It is the game. Alongside Chris Giblin, I'm Frank Handrahan. We are at the Hummel Bowl at Episcopal High School. It is the game, 123rd meeting between Episcopal and Woodbury Forest on a very crisp fall football-like afternoon here.
60 degrees, blue skies, always a little bit more breezy on the hill here, just west of Old Town Alexandria, but the environment's great, and we're fired up for nothing better than football on the second Sunday in November and a rivalry game.
Now, you were part of this.
I
Memories,
was.
I mean, you hear the cliche all the time. It doesn't matter what the records are. Throw them out, specifically this year, right?
Absolutely.
But when these two teams meet, it's always a celebration of this sport.
Absolutely, two great rivals, two great friends. Like you said, 123 years this rivalry's gone on. Most people think it's the oldest high school rivalry outside the Northeast. And you look at the history of the series, Woodbury has 60 wins. EHS has 53. There have been 9 ties. And what's really amazing is you add up all the points in these 122 years, and it comes down to 1,891 points for Episcopal, 1,896 points for Woodbury.
Stop it.
Difference
So 5 points.
Difference of 5 points. And
That's amazing.
so I remember when I was a student here in the 80s, and we'd have a chapel talk the morning of David Doherty, our assistant headmaster, used to give the pass it on speech about the greatness of the rivalry, and he would always end by saying, if you average up the scores at this time in 85 years, the average score of an Episcopal Woodbury game is 13-13. So it's got to be pretty similar almost 40 years later.
That's amazing. And the thing about these matchups, too, as we mentioned, you mark it on your calendar, you build it up, and now it's finally here. Certainly for Woodbury Forest, they've had a very successful season. But they don't win today, there's a big asterisk next to it, right?
It's like any rivalry game, right? There are
Yep.
two seasons. You play your conference schedule, and then you play your rival at the end. And for EHS, who's had a struggle this year after winning the last 2 interstate athletic conference championships the last 2 years, they've lost a couple close ones short early, and kind of losing's contagious, winning's contagious. They're a little bit down, but they're going to come in swinging. And the last time EHS came into this game with a 1-7 record against an undefeated Woodbury team was 2000, the 100th game, and that was a 17-13 game going into the fourth quarter. So to your point, these kids are going to come out swinging and fighting, and we just got some late breaking news. One of Woodbury's star linebackers, Shorty Struther, who unfortunately injured his MCL last week. He will not be in the game for the Tigers today. That's kind of the update on the personnel for this game.
So give me the backstory a little bit, so everybody travels, either whoever the home team is, the visitors, they're bringing their lot, and vice versa.
Absolutely, it's a game that everybody circles every year. There are a lot of these kids, all boarding schools. A lot of the kids on both sides come from a lot of the same hometowns, so a lot of friends. They circle it, they come up, they tailgate. And Hummel Bowl here, I think seating probably holds about 3,500, 4,000, and usually it is very full around. And same thing down in Woodbury.
What are some of your fondest memories of this rivalry?
Well, this is actually today the 40th game I have seen in person. And we're honoring this weekend the 1977 EHS football team was inducted in the Hall of Fame. I think that was the second game I attended in person. It was here in Hummel Bowl, led by a guy named Lee Schaffer. I think until Lawrence Taylor ended up at North Carolina, was the all-time leading tackler at North Carolina. But they ruined an undefeated Woodbury season here on this field. In a 14-9 game, and I think up until that point, Woodbury had won 6 or 7 years in a row, so that was a big one. And of course, the games you play in, you always remember. And then I was fortunate enough, both of my sons played in this game. So,
awesome, yeah.
And there's some really memorable games around, but there have been a lot of great ones, some big upsets, and we can go through some of those as the game goes on.
So we see Woodbury Forest making their way. They're going to come through the crew of students that have made their way. Yeah, the tunnel. That's got to be awesome. Here's the hard part is sort of calming yourself down in the moment.
Yeah.
Because it is such a big game.
Oh yeah.
And you got to stay medium. As easy as that sounds, it can be very difficult.
And small private schools aren't used to crowds this big, right? And there's a lot of buildup. Each school has their Spirit Week building up to this game, so there's a lot of adrenaline and a lot of excitement in containing that and focusing on the task at hand and getting them settled as quickly as possible is probably what the coaches are thinking about right now.
Bonfires, right, last night?
Bonfires last night. I will concede the Woodbury bonfire usually beats the EHS one, but we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun at our bonfire.
Yes.
We have different ordinances here in the city of Alexandria compared to Orange, Virginia. The fire marshal's a little bit stricter.
Oh my goodness. So as we mentioned, Woodbury Forest has had quite a season. As they have just really run the table for Episcopal. The key today is their defense has been stout. Can their offense come alive in a big game like this?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Woodbury 8-0, 7-0, excuse me. They had their game with Georgetown Prep canceled.
So we'll take a look now at our players to watch in this afternoon's big game, the game. For Woodbury Forest, we got Lucas Sanker, the senior defensive back, Sheldon Robinson, quarterback Mark Wamhoff, and Keandre Hudgens. And watching the tape leading up to this game, they can be very lethal in offense.
Yeah, lethal running, lethal passing. And you always want a smart guy at quarterback. I hear Wamhoff's got a 4.0 GPA heading to Carnegie Mellon.
Nice.
So good for him.
Woodbury Forest just making their way onto the field now. Episcopal, the Maroon, waiting for their team to come out. As their players to watch this afternoon, Judah Afori Ansah, the senior defensive back. Tremaine Bullock, very talented as well in the secondary. Reed Phillips and Adam Velasquez, one of the captains for Episcopal.
Yeah, and Tremaine Bullock's had a great year. He goes both ways. 3.8 GPA, 3-star. He's going to play football at the University of Richmond next year.
Nice.
After having offers from Army, Navy, Air Force, and several Ivy League schools. So, again, 2 great examples of leaders on both teams who are just great student athletes.
Yeah, that's a nice decision to be had when you have all these schools coming at you.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
It must be nice.
It must
that did
be
not
nice.
happen to me.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, we were the ones who were sending our tapes
That's
to coaches.
right. That's right. That's right.
Not the other way around.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, my coach here told me I was slow but short. And
slow but short.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good combination. As we await Episcopal about to come out to the field, Woodbury Forest, as you said, 7-0. But what an opportunity here for Episcopal to ruin perhaps a perfect season.
You got it. Only one common opponent between the schools this year. They both played St. Christopher's out of Richmond. EHS opened with them, and EHS always gets a later start to the football season, and so they get going a little bit slower. They dropped a 34-14 game to St. Christopher's, while Woodbury played their prep league rival later in the season and beat the Saints 10-0.
Now I'm going to say the most obvious and cliche thing you hear all the time before a big game. You cannot, if you're Episcopal, give up the big play or plays, because that is what Woodbury Forest has done this season.
You got it. Woodbury's been a big play machine. EHS has a very stout, solid defense. They've struggled offensively moving the ball. So if they can come out and hang with the Tigers early, can get some breaks on either turnovers or field position, you're going to get their best shot.
Yeah.
They have put up points. They average 17 points a game, but they haven't been consistent, and they've been prone to turn over the ball. And when you turn it over, when you get down, that just puts more pressure on an offense that has not been producing at a consistent rate.
Yeah, consistency certainly is going to be key. And here's another thing that I would say about rivalry games. You look at the college level. Let's look at Alabama and Auburn. Auburn for several years struggled under 500, and for 2 straight years they shoulda, woulda, coulda upset Alabama. So anything is possible.
Anything is possible, and I think that's what Coach Kadeem Rogers, in his 4th year at the helm of EHS, is tried to inject into the minds between the years of these football players this week. And Coach Kadeem, this will be his 4th game. He's got a 1-2 record against Woodbury, but all 3 games have gone down to the wire in the 4th quarter, including the one you and I did 2 years ago here, which was a win for the Maroon. Coach Rogers, again, his 2nd year and 3rd year last year, he wins the Interstate Athletic Conference Championship. And this year, with 11 seniors, a little bit of a rebuilding effort.
It's amazing how a couple seasons or years can change things drastically, because 2 years ago, Episcopal got the W at home.
They got the W. And as you and I were recollecting our thoughts on that game, the score of that game was 24-8 Episcopal, but it did not indicate how close it was.
Right.
There was a fumble by Woodbury down at the 2-yard line that gave EHS a touchback, and EHS got a couple breaks, scored a couple late TDs, but that was a nail-biting game for most of that 4 quarters.
Episcopal about to come out onto the gridiron, and I would say this: since Woodbury Forest is capable of the big play, Episcopal key, you gotta be smart offensively, eat that clock, play a possession type game if you're gonna pull off the upset.
Absolutely. They literally cannot make any mistakes.
Right.
They have to play a perfect game. If they can get the ground game going, burn some clock, get a little field position, again, their defense can stay with the Tigers.
Last time out for Episcopal, 5 turnovers in their loss. That just can't happen, obviously.
No.
Like I said, almost have to be perfect here this afternoon, as here come the Maroon. Gotta love the festivities. The cowbell.
Always need more cowbell, right? No matter where you are, what you're doing, we could always use more cowbell. Unless you're at Mississippi State. My SEC friends say that it is going to a game in Starkville with 45,000 cowbells. That's a little much.
A little much, right? So we're just moments away from getting this rivalry game going. 123rd matchup, and that really is fascinating. You see the way that schools are these days. To have a rivalry continue for this long is quite fascinating, honestly.
People go in different directions in life, different philosophies. These two schools have worked really, really well together to maintain a friendship, a friendly rivalry, and the importance of sustaining this game of two great Virginia schools.
So as we get set for a kickoff in just a few minutes, what would you think are the final words of wisdom from the coaching staff? I would say for Woodbury Forest, hey, let's stay the course. We're 7-0. Let's just play our game. What would Episcopal be saying, do you think?
Episcopal would be saying, we have 2 seasons here at Episcopal. Yeah. We have our Interstate Athletic Conference schedule, and we have Woodbury Forest. Nobody ever asks you, did you win the IAC? Nobody ever asks you what your record was. They do ask you if you beat Woodbury Forest, and that's what they have in front of them today. And again, you've seen a lot of these games over the years. The underdog has prevailed because usually the underdog comes in a little bit more focused.
Yeah.
If I'm a EHS guy today, I'm hoping Woodbury is playing not to lose, playing to preserve that undefeated season, and trying to get the game over with instead of playing the game.
Right.
Yeah. But no doubt, incredibly talented Woodbury team. This is going to be a tall task for the Maroon. But that's, hey, cliche is what you said, right? That's why they play them. That's why they play them.
Yeah, I would say that Episcopal, given that desperation feeling, right? That's a good feeling to have sometimes in sports.
You know,
be hungry.
Hey, you get the ball early. You get to move the flags a couple first downs. Let it rip. Throw it deep. If they intercept it, it's like a good punt, right? And then play for field position. But yeah, I think EHS is going to try to open it up if they can with some trick plays once the nerves settle. You know?
Right. Oh, no doubt. We are just seconds away from the national anthem here at Episcopal. And while we wait, these moments leading right up to the kickoff, do you still recall the butterflies when you're standing there on the sideline, or was that just too long ago?
I remember my first varsity game down at Woodbury like it was 2 seconds ago.
No doubt.
In the locker room off the field, the walls were thin. The Woodbury team was in the locker room next door. They are going nuts. I am scared to death. Literally scared to death. We were the IAC champions. They were the Prep League champions. Thank God I had guys like Scott Colley and Rob Jones and Pat Weston and Ed Wilson who toughened me up a little bit and told me to suck it up and go play a football game. But yeah, no, the butterflies are definitely a little bit more noticeable in a game like this.
So Woodbury Forest, the visiting team, Episcopal, the home team. Like you mentioned, the matchup is so tight. And now let's stand by for the playing of our national anthem as we get set for Episcopal and Woodbury Forest.
123 years. Woodbury Episcopal is a rivalry that does not belong to us, but which has been entrusted to us by generations of players and fans. We should use it well on this beautiful afternoon and return it untarnished to the ages so future generations can use it and cherish it in their own turn. Thank you. Episcopal High School also invites you to visit the concession stand at the south end of the stadium on the scoreboard side. We do ask you to remember that Episcopal High School campus is a tobacco-free environment. On this Veterans Day weekend, we would like to honor veterans and active duty service members from the Episcopal and Woodbury communities. We would ask everyone to please stand as you are able and join EHS Head Chaplain, the Reverend Betsy Carmody, in prayer.
My friends, let us pray. God of all nations, our strength and shield, as we near Veterans Day, we give thanks for the devotion and courage of those who have offered service for their country, especially veterans connected to the Episcopal and Woodbury communities. For those who have fought for freedom, maintained the peace and rebuilt communities, for those who laid down their lives for others, for those who have borne suffering of mind or body, for those who have brought their best gifts to times of need. On our behalf, they have entered into danger, endured separation from those they loved, labored long hours, and borne hardship in war and in peacetime. Lift up by your mighty presence those who are now in conflict zones. Encourage and heal those in hospitals or mending their wounds at home. God live and you recover. Hold safely in your hands all military families, and bring those returning to joyful reunions and tranquil lives at home. All this we ask in your holy name. Amen.
And now,
please remain standing and direct your attention to the Episcopal High School sideline for the singing of our national anthem, performed by the combined singers from the Episcopal High School Choir, led by Director Michael Schmidt, and the Woodbury Forest Dozen, conducted by Wallace Hornaday.
Chris Giblin alongside myself, Frank Hanrahan. Hummel Bowl, as you see the great atmosphere. Flags are waving.
Nothing better.
About to get going. Captains will meet at midfield.
The team captains will now meet at midfield.
Here's a little strategy question already out of the gate. If you win the toss, what do you do?
Representing Woodbury Forest,
I think if I'm Woodbury, I take it. Show my swagger.
Yeah, I think so.
I think if I'm Episcopal, I'm going to bet on my defense for the first half. Hopefully we can hold him and then take the ball. But if I'm Woodbury, I'm going to show my swagger, my undefeated record, say give me the ball. We're going to go down and try to put this away early.
Send a statement early, yeah. And I think that in any game where there's a big favorite and the underdog, that underdog, I mean that first statement play is going to be huge.
Yes.
Episcopal.
Focus, do your job.
Home all black unis with the maroon trim. Woodbury Forest visitors all white with the orange trim. Uniforms have changed over the years, haven't they? They got like 6 different uniforms these days.
They really do. And
what was your look back in the days?
We had
you had one pant.
We had a great look. We had white pants. We had maroon jerseys for home, white for the road, and
it's easy.
And great black helmets. They've been pretty consistent on the black helmets. They've kind of evolved from maroon to black over the years, heavy black from heavy maroon. And no, we were just glad that when we played, they gave us a set of practice pants that got washed once a week.
There weren't the game pants, right?
And historically, Woodbury loved the all-white uniforms, which is what they're wearing today. But I saw their team photo. I think they're black on black.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting how that evolution of the sport comes in, and because watching some tape leading up to this, it was a different uniform each time.
Could you imagine playing for Oregon? And hey, we're gonna spend
every time.
We're gonna spend 3 days fitting you on 6 different helmets and jerseys and pants.
Every time it's different, right? Yeah. In fact,
your staff in your equipment room has got to be quintuple just to manage all the uniforms and helmets and travel. And
looks like and they are Woodbury Forest won the toss, and they deferred.
All right,
interesting.
I'm 0 for 1. I'm 0 for 1.
I think that plays well if you're Episcopal. You're like, okay, good. We'll take the ball.
Yeah. EHS has been rotating quarterbacks all year. 2 juniors, Jackson Gravely and Mosiah Matthew. Be interested to see who they go with today. Be interested to see if they stick with one over the other for the whole game. And I guess that depends on the tempo and how they do. But they have been rotating 2 junior quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, whoever's got that flow or that consistency would likely see more snaps. And we'll see. As Woodbury Forest is going to kick it off here on a fantastic fall Saturday.
I love it. I love it.
Because if it was like yesterday or 2 days ago, it'd almost feel a little strange being so hot.
Yes.
This is like perfect fall football.
This is perfect fall weather. And like 2 years ago when you and I were here, it was much breezier and chillier. Like I said, 60 degrees at kickoff, not much of a wind. So it is literally perfect weather. Blue skies, the foliage is here in Northern Virginia.
Andrew Abani will kick it off from the 40. Episcopal trying to take it out here as we are underway, the game, 123rd edition. We're glad that you've joined us. Taking at the 10 up to the
Sheldon
20.
Robbins.
To the 30, got some running room up to the 35, and that's a great start.
Thaddeus Corley.
Setting the tone. Yes.
10th grader from Washington, D.C.
So 1st and 10 for the Maroon. We'll see what they bring out on their first snap of the game. So we are just underway.
Looks like Jackson Gravely, the junior from Vero Beach, Florida, will get the start for the Maroon at quarterback.
1st and 10 from the 35. Lone setback, 2 tight ends. Load receiver to the top, out of the shotgun. Quick snap, quick throw, got a man. Turned the wrong way at first, then went the right way, close to a first down.
Great catch by Judah Forians. Ansah, the commit to Fordham.
So they mark him just shy of a first down, so that'll bring up short 2nd and 1 from the 44. I like that play call, just a quick slant.
High percentage. Move the chains, move the chains.
Shotgun again, same formation. Handoff up the middle, that's a first down and plenty more across midfield. First down for Episcopal.
The ball is carried by number 23, Levi Babin. A gain of 7 on the play, good enough for
Levi Babin with a 7-yard pickup.
Junior from Fort Washington, Maryland, right across the Wilson Bridge here from Alexandria.
So great start for Episcopal. Let's see if they can keep it going here. 1st and 10 at Woodbury Forest 49. Same formation, just switching it around to the other side. Quick throw, and that is just a miscommunication. between the QB and the wide receiver.
Miscommunication there. Doesn't hurt them. They've already got the ball over midfield. Be conservative if you're EHS. Field position.
Yeah. They bring up second down and long. This is where if you don't complete that first down pass, it gets a little more difficult here to move the sticks.
Totally.
Second down and 10, 49-yard line of Woodbury Forest. Another quick throw, and that is good defense by the Tigers. Batted down, incomplete. Sanker there on coverage, and now it's third and long for Episcopal.
Similar to what you and I were talking earlier, Frank. Third and long, you're on the 50-yard line. How about a quick drop, long ball here? It doesn't hurt you if they intercept it. It's like a punt, and you're playing field position. Maybe a draw play, but nothing low percentage, because you can always punt it away if the play goes south.
Two wide receivers to the right on third and long. Shotgun formation. Two-step drop. Pressured, rolling right. Still under pressure, is going to throw it. Got a man, caught at the 40. Does he have enough for the first down? Very close.
I
think he does. First down, Episcopal. That was a big play.
Great patience and mobility by Gravely. Great catch by Levi Babin.
Good enough for an Episcopal High School first down.
And EHS is moving the chains. That's the third first down here in the first quarter.
It's a big-time play to keep the sticks moving under pressure, and found a man open for that first down. Handoff, right side, off the tackle and down to the 31. Big run there from Babin, close to another first down.
Babin already has an offer from Virginia Tech and the University of Charlotte, who's coached by the legendary high school coach Biff Poggi out of Baltimore, Maryland, who built that St. Francis powerhouse after leaving Gilman.
Second down 3. Ball at the 31 of Woodbury Forest. Two wide receivers to the top. Nice dump off. That's going to be another first down. Down to the 22 goes Tremaine Bullock.
Frank, if I'm Episcopal, I'm getting exactly what I'm hoping for right now. If I'm Woodbury, I'm just settling in. Remember, Woodbury only gives up about 9 points a game, and they are a high-scoring offense. I don't think Woodbury's concerned at all right now. But if you're EHS with a 1-7 record, this is exactly, you couldn't have scripted it any better. Burn some clock, move the ball.
First and 10 at the 15. Handoff and snuffed out by Woodbury Forest. No gain, maybe a loss of 1. As the number 72 in there, J.R. Saunders to make the tackle. So it brings up second down and long. But when you have confidence plays like they did earlier on that third and long,
totally,
you're not panicking as much now.
Totally.
Second and 11.
So second down, 11.
Gravely doing a good job of managing the game for the Maroon. Shot clock's down to 15. Not shot clock, game clock, excuse me. Got my basketball.
I think I said the 15 is the 26 now on second down and 11. Man in motion. Comes Ansa. Little pump fake. Over the middle, had a man, but it's too far out of his reach.
Just overthrew Corley. Corley was wide open. He just needed to let him run under it a little bit, but good play call.
Third and 11.
It's a great pump fake. Just a little too much on it, or that would have been 6 for the Maroons. So here comes a third and long. Is this 2-down territory, would you say?
You got to breeze.
Two wide receivers. Gravely takes the snap. Straight back, has a man again. It is caught down to the 1-yard line. What a catch.
Great catch by Corley.
Thaddeus Corley hauls it in, and it's first and goal for Episcopal.
He went up and grabbed that ball. He elevated. He pulled it down with his hands. That's a great catch.
Gravely's got the confidence and finds his man Corley with a high grab. Beautiful. And it's first and goal for Episcopal.
At the Woodbury 3-yard line.
They marked it at the 3.
Corley's a 10th grader from Washington, D.C., so he's got a couple more years here.
And already a memorable play Snap handoff up the gut. Is he in? He's very close. And it is ruled a touchdown. Episcopal on the board first. Heck of a drive, capped off with that touchdown run. You couldn't have scripted it any better.
I'll tell you what.
Number 17, James Johnson.
On for the kick, James Johnson, the 12th grader from Wilmington, North Carolina.
And he knocks it through. 7-0 Episcopal. And if you're Woodbury Forest, you're a little shell-shocked here right now.
A little shell-shocked. I don't think they're concerned. The good news for EHS is they got exactly one on their first drive. The bad news is they're up against the #1 ranked team in the state of Virginia right now in the private school rankings, and there are 3.5 quarters left. But what a great first drive. I mean, you've had no consistency in your offense all year. You average 17 points a game, and perfectly scripted first drive for Coach Kadeem Rogers and his offense. A lot of times, as you know, preparing for these games, you usually have your first series completely scripted out, right? So the question for Episcopal is, can you get a stop?
Yeah.
And can you keep that momentum going?
Number 17.
Drive also took about 5 minutes off the clock, too, and we talked about that. Sustained drives, take some time off the clock. You are the underdog in this matchup. Putting the pressure on the favorite is always a great way to get your offense started. Now let's see if the defense can respond.
14, Sheldon Robinson.
Woodbury's got 2 deep. Sheldon Robinson from Orange, Virginia, one of their stars this season.
I feel like it just got 5 degrees colder.
Yeah, it did. And John Morrison, an 11th grader from Concord, North Carolina. EHS squibs it there.
They don't want to give him a chance. No. Up back takes it and gets to the 42. So what you do there is you keep it away from some talented receivers, but then you also give Woodbury Forest great field position to start.
And a very potent offense.
So the Tigers will break out down 7-0. They'll have 1st and 10 from their 42. And we talked about it in the open.
Ellis returned the kick
the
to the
ability for the big play is quite
42
something for
line.
this Tigers offense. So if you're Episcopal, you got to keep, and this is so obvious, but keep everything in front of you.
Everything in front of you.
On 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun handoff, and that's just too easy. Breaking outside into Episcopal territory down to the 40-yard line is Keandre Hudgens, and just a big gap. Give that offensive line credit because it was a huge hole to get through there.
Effortless run there for Keandre, the sophomore from Orange, Virginia.
The ball is spotted at the Episcopal High School 37-yard line.
So down to the 37-yard line. Big first down pickup. Woodbury Forest trying to answer right back, down 7-zip. Back to the same guy, Hudgens. And we got a flag on the play, maybe a hold that'll bring it back.
Looks like a hold coming back.
And we talked about mistake-free football. And if you're the Tigers, that's something you don't want to do, is make those mistakes.
You don't need to be holding.
Is the call against Woodbury Forest.
So that'll bring it back 10 yards, put them in a 1st and long situation.
Well, Frank, we've already guaranteed that this won't set a record for the lowest scoring game in EHS Woodbury history.
Is there a 0-0 game, I'm guessing?
There have been 2.
2? Okay.
The epic game in 1902.
Wow.
And another one in 1917.
No
the
way.
1902 game was the second game.
0-0. Not going to happen today. 1st and 10. 1st and long, rather. Back to pass, throwing left side. Got a man. And that'll pick up 10 to get it back into a reasonable 2nd and 10 situation as Hudson Zell making the reception. As Wamhoff hits him. 10-yard reception.
So they're back to where they were a play ago, right?
Yeah.
A gain of 10 on the play. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now from the 36.
Check that. Gain of 11 on the play. 2nd and 9.
Clock running, 6:30 left, 1st quarter. Two wide receivers. Wham off back to pass. Looking long. It's the old fly pattern. It's got a man and it's tipped away. Great defense by Episcopal. And Thaddeus Corley.
Thaddeus Corley.
Same guy on the other end, yeah.
Playing two ways today. Made the big catch down at the south end and has already broken up what was a very good throw. Broke up a really nice potential touchdown there.
So 3rd and long. I know it's very early, but this is a big 3rd down here for both teams. Got a trips backfield, and I think Episcopal wanted to call timeout because looking at their offensive setup may have been something different they were not used to.
Yeah, and I think that's a great call by Coach Kadeem Rogers. Again, keep the momentum, try to play as smart as possible. One thing I always notice, you get 3 timeouts in the first half too, and
barely, and you never see it used enough.
When you struggle like EHS has this year, use the timeouts. Use the timeouts, keep the kids composed, and keep them focused. Perspective is going to be huge for EHS throughout this game. Hey, guys, 3rd and long here. 3rd and long, we got a 7-0 lead. Do not give up a big play. Play contain.
See the student body getting behind their squad. That was always fun, too. When you're playing, you look up and you see the energy that's being given to you from your home crowd, student section, and the alums that are here.
The fans are still filling in and have started to fill the north end of the stadium where the action's going right now.
On 3rd down and long, a little snap.
Looks like a trick play.
A little trickeration. Throwing it up for grabs, and it is. Oh, they threw a flag. I don't know about that. Coaching staff for Episcopal saying that was just
incomplete.
Basically that old game when you play toss-up and you fight for it. I'm not. Let's take a look here. I don't know about that one. Maybe a tight, but both players were sort of jostling for position. That's a huge penalty. That's an automatic first down.
The ball was underthrown, or maybe he was going to the back shoulder, but
I think that's one you just hold.
The 15-yard penalty.
So on that big play, that's an automatic first down. Advances it to the 21. So Woodbury Forest gets that first down off the pass interference.
Big break for the Tigers here.
Yep.
See if they can seize on it.
Lamhoff in the shotgun, man in motion, handoff, and this is going to be 6 for Woodbury Forest. Right into the end zone goes Keandre Hudgens with a 21-yard touchdown run, and so they benefited off that call for certain.
We got another flag here in the end zone.
Was it excessive celebration?
I think the Tigers see something on the left side of the line there. Keandre they've been working the left side or the right side of EHS's defensive line, but
number 99, Andrew Ubani into
right. There's a flag on the play, but I don't know. Maybe it just fell out.
Number 2, Mark Wamha.
I don't know if it's excessive celebration,
maybe on the kickoff,
or actually it may be on EHS.
Dead ball unsportsmanlike against Woodbury Forest.
Okay.
So it'll be on the kickoff.
On the kickoff.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And sometimes, too, when it's a rivalry game, I did not see what the player did. But you got to understand, too.
It
may be a little overjoyed. They may do something that's not normal because it is such a big game.
Yeah. To set the pace early, right? That what's acceptable and what's not.
And the kick is good. And we are all tied up at 7 apiece.
6 minutes and 4 seconds left in the
so,
first
Chris,
quarter.
we've had 2 offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns.
2 offensive possessions, and I don't think the Maroon can keep at that pace. And two big penalties too, right?
Yeah.
One that was questionable, and one that didn't impact Woodbury negatively, and they took care of business. So all tied up at 7 apiece.
Number 99, Andrew Ubani back into kickoff for
Episcopal
Woodbury
will
Forest.
return the kick, but it is a 15-yard
Episcopal High School.
The other way, so they got to kick it from their 25.
So another opportunity here for EHS with 6 minutes left in the first quarter to
There was an unsportsmanlike
try to get a decent
conduct
return
foul against Woodbury
and
Forest
try to
on the
play the
previous
field position
play.
game.
The ball will be kicked off from the 25-yard line.
That only took 90 seconds to get that touchdown on that possession. So I think if you're Episcopal, you're getting the ball here, you're saying, let's try to do exactly what we did on our last possession.
Let's try to do exactly what we did.
Even though that's easier said than done.
Nice roll.
Sprint to the outside, close to midfield. Tough run by Ansa. So we play field
Number 1, Judah
position,
Ansa.
and this is a great spot for Episcopal.
Return to Bonnie's squib kick to midfield.
So first and 10
First
right
and 10
at the
for the
50.
Maroons.
Trying to answer back after a great first possession. 3 wide receivers. Gravely stays in there, shotgun, man in motion. Couple fake handoffs, now straight up the gut. About a 3-yard pickup down to the
The ball is carried
47
by number 23, Levi Babin.
as Babin gets 3 on that carry.
A gain of 2 on the play.
Oh, they give him 2.
Tell you,
and
between
8.
Babin and Corley, I think the future's bright for EHS.
Very nice.
A couple immediate stars of the game here, 2 10th graders.
Second down, 8. 5:25 left first quarter. All tied up 7-7. Tight end goes in motion. 3 wide receivers. Out of the shotgun. Quick throw, man's wide open at the 30. He's got some room up the gut to the 10, to the 5. He is in for the touchdown.
Judah Afori Ansa.
And Episcopal answers right back.
48 yards to pay dirt.
What a response.
I'll tell you what, it's injecting some energy into the Maroon sideline.
Not that we were saying how to draw up an upset, but you're already hitting some bullet points here.
This is like Big 12 football. No defense, and everybody's just going down the field, airing it out.
And the extra point is good, so 14-7. Episcopal with the early lead here.
The Woodbury Forest Tigers
answering right back on a 47-yard touchdown reception. This thing, beautiful time, beautiful catch, and then the ability to catch and then see the space and explore it.
Definitely showed some acceleration once he caught it there.
And great blocking by some of the wideouts too. Just a little chip, create that extra.
Judah has a 4.45 40, and that was.
Number 17, James Johnson returns to
They just saw that on display.
They saw that on display there. He's a 3-star. He's all league in track and football, and was second team All-State last year. So Fordham's getting a good one, and if he decides not to play football all 4 years, I just saw Fordham's got a hell of a water polo team. It's Fordham and every school in California.
I can imagine. You know, watching the Olympics, right? It was very West Coast dominated. All right, Episcopal is going to tee it up from the 40. And this time they're going to kick it long. Taking it about the 10-yard line.
Sheldon Robinson.
Got a seam.
He is one of their stars. And
down to the 46.
It's going to give Tigers great field position in Episcopal territory.
Yep, so right after getting that big touchdown,
Number 14,
Woodbury
Sheldon
Forest answers right
Robinson.
back, huge return. And they too now have amazing field
Return the kick.
to start inside
48 yards to the
Episcopal's.
Episcopal High
Sheldon
School.
Robinson is the number 16
43-yard
rated
line
player
where
in the
he was
state
brought
of
down by
Virginia.
the kicker, number 17, James Johnson.
Heading to
First
coach
and 10
to
for
play
the
for
Tigers.
Coach Brent Fry next year at Virginia Tech.
So here come the Tigers, 1st and 10 at Episcopal's 47. Hudgens with the handoff up the middle, and he's got plenty of room. He's close to another first down.
The ball
Picks
is
up
carried
8.
by number 11, Keandre Hudgens.
So he's down to the 35.
A gain of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2.
bring up second down 2.
Hudgens had over 200 yards rushing last week against Fork Union Military Academy. Alma mater of the great Heisman Trophy winner Eddie George.
Second down short. And snuffed out by the defense. Sack and about a 5-yard loss.
Wilkes Brown, the senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. 6'6", 230. Tight end, defensive end for the Maroon.
So big defensive play there. That brings up third down and long. See if Episcopal can get a stop here with their 7-point lead. Did not fall for the bait. Great job by Brown for that sack. So third down and about, we'll call it 7. Zell in motion. Shotgun. Quick toss. Hudgens. Snuffed out again and down goes Hudgens and a big defensive.
Logan Fruwer.
Stop. So what does Woodbury Forest do here? Are they going to punt it?
I think they're going to punt.
Yeah, they are.
I think you got to punt. You got a long time to go, and you want to pin the Maroon back. Hopefully, get a good punt and pin.
Number 99,
put a little.
Andrew
EHS has
Bonney
benefited from good field position
Forest.
on every position so far today. If Woodbury gets off a good punt,
Deep to receive for
a little more pressure
right?
when you got the end zone 5 yards from your 10 yards from where you are. So, and in high school football, there's always that opportunity for a muff.
Almost blocked. Whew. And that'll run out of bounds. I'm not sure where to spot that. It's always tough to mark where that ball went out of bounds, but actually this works out pretty good for Episcopal in terms of field position.
Goes out of bounds.
He keeps walking. He's past the 20. He's at the 25.
Do you
And will be
think in our
spotted at the
lifetime we'll
Episcopal
ever
High
see
School
a chip in
25-yard
the
line
ball to know exactly where the ball should be marked?
I do.
You do?
I do. I think
would say
I think
we will.
we are.
for the Maroons.
Because on a play like that, that is just complete and utter guesstimation.
I think we're going to have a chip everywhere before we know it.
You might as well start with a football.
Yeah.
That would make it easy, right?
Yeah.
Because how many times, in a pile, we don't know.
Totally.
Where's that ball?
Totally.
See if Episcopal can answer again. Trying to pull off the upset against undefeated Woodbury Forest. But as we mentioned, rivalry games, crazier things have happened. Shotgun, quick throw, caught at the 30. That picks up 5, brings up a second and reasonable.
Jackson's pass is complete to number 2, Tremaine Bullock.
Bullock with the reception.
Tackled by number 15, Charlie Sutton. A gain of 5.
And certainly Episcopal is founded in the defense of Woodbury Forest. They're giving us that space. Those 5 yards, little slants.
They are. And Gravely's getting rid of the ball quickly, other than the one pass where he had to roll on the 3rd and long and dump it to Babin.
Handoff up the gut. And that's going to be 2 yards short of the first down. As
by number
Babin
23, Levi Babin.
gets close, but that brings up 3rd and 2.
A gain of 3 on the play.
These are always, for me,
3rd and 2.
As the watcher, trying to get
Yeah.
inside the coordinator's head. These are always the toughest ones to call. What do you do here on a 3rd and short?
Yep.
Especially in your own territory. 4 wide receivers. 1 running back, and we got was there a delay of game perhaps? No, false start. That brings it back 5 yards.
On the play.
And we talked about
Illegal
trying to
procedure
play
is the call against Episcopal
almost
High
a
School.
perfect game. There is one
The
little
5-yard penalty brings up 3rd and 7.
chink in the armor with a false start. Not a huge penalty, but takes it from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7.
So do you get aggressive here, or do you play conservatively and
That's a good question. I think you do a little quick hitter again, try to find a little window and get that first down. Gravely in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. 3-step drop, little timing pattern, and then that's going to fall incomplete. Just trying to get the screen, and it was read well by the Tigers defense. So Episcopal now will have to punt.
It brings up 4th and 7.
Yeah, played well by Woodbury's Kobe Beal, the senior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
So with just over a minute left, Hudgens is back there to return that punt.
Penn Morris on the punt for Episcopal
Scary
High School.
returner.
Deep to receive for Woodbury Forest is number 14.
Penn Morris punting for the Maroons.
Sheldon Robinson.
Good snap. Got some time. Good kick.
Nice spiral. Fair catch.
Wow, fair catch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robinson fair
I will say in
catches
special teams, when they do the
Morris's
kickoffs,
punt.
that looks normal. In the NFL, I'm blinking now when I see the kickoffs.
Right,
Because it
right.
just doesn't look right.
And I'm still learning that too. You know,
The ball will be spotted. at the
you have to
Woodbury
call
Forest
for an
30-yard
onside kick
line.
early.
First and 10 for the Tigers.
Yes, you have to let the team.
You have to
that
let,
you're
hey, we're
playing.
doing the onside kick.
That makes no sense. I'm sure that we talked about chips and balls. That rule,
Yeah.
that's going to be thrown out the window.
I think
next
so.
year.
I
It'll
think
go
you're
back
right.
to the
I think
normal
you're
kick.
right.
I think it goes back to the normal kickoff. They'll just bring you even further back because they
Totally.
want to see returns.
Totally.
That's
Totally.
why they changed it.
Totally.
All right, Woodbury Forest football. 1st and 10 on 31. Handoff, right side, space, and that's going to be close to a first down, and it will be up to the 44-yard line, 13-yard
The ball is carried by
run
number 14,
by
Sheldon
the
Robinson,
Tigers.
a gain of 14, and a Woodbury Forest first
So
down.
first down, move the sticks.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 43-yard line.
17 seniors on the Woodbury roster.
Another 1st and 10.
And Sheldon Robinson's one of them.
Yeah, he just got that big carry. Now Hudgens, the other dynamic threat.
Ball is carried
That's a
by
pretty
DeAndre
pretty good
Hudgens.
1-2 punch for the Tigers
A gain of
between
7
Robinson
on
and
the play.
Hudgens. Hudgens is
2nd and
also
3.
is also a basketball player.
Oh,
Pretty-
nice.
Pretty solid point guard for the Tigers.
Still brings up 2nd down at about 4 as we're approaching the end of the first quarter. And I think they're just going to let this clock run out and switch sides. And that's what's going to happen. But hey, if
Not
you're
far to
Episcopal,
travel. Yeah.
if you're Episcopal, you could not be happier with what happened in that first quarter.
Could not be happier. And you got exactly what you want. A team that averages 17 points a game has already got 14 on the board early on. And again, as we said earlier, Woodbury only gives up 9 points a game and gave up 14 in the first quarter. So if you're EHS, this is too good to be true.
And if you're an outsider and you get to the game, you say, this does not look like a 1-7 football team, Episcopal, the way that they showed out there in the first quarter.
Only once this year has Woodbury given up more than 14 points in a game, and that was early in the season in a big comeback win against Trinity Episcopal. They beat Trinity Episcopal 34-28.
Shootout.
Trinity was up 28-17 going into the fourth quarter against the Tigers, and the Tigers poured it on. So lesson learned to know for EHS, the Tigers are explosive.
Yep.
And they're not worried right now, I'll tell you that.
Start of the second quarter. Tigers with possession, 3 wide receivers. Fake quick throw, handoff, Hudgens again. Hudgens to the 42, and he takes on a couple tacklers down to the 37-yard line.
The ball is carried by
Hudgens
number 11,
is
DeAndre
getting
Hudgens.
big chunks of yards, but EHS is
gain of 12,
playing
good
the
enough
bend
for
but don't
Woodbury
break,
Forest
right? They're
first
playing
down.
bend but don't break.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the
And they're
Episcopal
containing, like if you watch
38-yard line.
that play right there, he got the big chunk, but he was contained and ultimately brought down by 2 or 3 players.
First down, Tigers at the 38 of Episcopal. 2 tight end set. And we got a false start for sure. A little confusion there offensively for Woodbury Forest. That'll bring it back 5
Illegal procedure
yards.
is the call against Woodbury Forest. The 5-yard penalty brings up 1st and 15.
1st and 15 now for the Tigers. And that's another recipe for upset when one team is committing several penalties. It's already the 3rd.
Yep.
On the Tigers. Back to pass. Just looking left, throws, got a man. Is that caught? Yep, they ruled it a catch. And that picks up About 10.
Nice.
Bring up 3rd and 5.
Nice throw by Wamhoff. He's got a quick release.
A gain of
very
8 on the
accurate.
play, 2nd and 7.
Excuse me, 2nd and 7.
And
yeah, good hands. So 2nd down, 7. Perhaps under center here now rather than the shotgun. 2 men in the backfield, handoff Hudgens, and it's eaten up. Good defense. The big fella. Getting in on the action.
Tiki Bell, 6'4", 310 pounds.
Tackled by number 88, Tiki
From
Bell.
Ontario, Canada. Read the block. Julius Davis, number 9 for the Tigers, who is not small at 6'5", 240.
A loss of 1 on the play.
Is Woodbury's kind of, he's a tight end, but he's a big blocker for Woodbury, so he was definitely the lead blocker there, but Tiki Bell on that play at least positioned himself properly and was ready to
we got a timeout.
Timeout
I
is
think they
called by
recognize Woodbury Forces. You know, this is a big
That's
3rd
the
down
Tigers'
again.
first
They got to
timeout
convert
of the
here,
first half.
so they call a timeout.
3rd and long for the Tigers.
And to your point, the bend but don't break defense.
Yeah,
it's certainly. You can feel it's been emphasized.
I think Coach Mateo is probably going to put it in the hands of Hudgens.
Yeah.
And probably, if they don't get, it'll at least get to a 4th and short. If it's consistent with what they've been doing thus far. No need to panic at this point. You're getting Hudgens is getting 6, 7, 8 yards a pop pretty consistently. So
3rd down, 7. At the 36, got to get to the 29 of Episcopal. We got another whistle. And I guess they did not wait for the referee to blow the starting whistle. So no penalty, they'll just reset the snap clock. So let's do it again, 3rd down, 7. 2 tight end set. Draw play, there's your guy, Hudgens up the middle.
Yeah.
He is short though of the 1st down. This is a big call coming up here.
But we did call that, right? I mean, why not? Why not give it to him? Now you're in a 4th and short, and I think I'd give it to Hudgens again. They have not, EHS defense has not shown
A gain of 6
that
on
they
the play brings
can
up
stop
4th
it.
and 2.
4th and 2, they call it. I would expect the same, just like you said, Chris. They'll give it to Hudgens, and this looks like a direct snap to him. He's under the shotgun, and he's got the 1st down. Fights through tacklers all the way down to the 21. In a pinch, just get him the football. 1st down for Woodbury Forest.
Last game of the year. If Hudgens carries it 40 times, it keeps getting those yards.
You'll rest on Monday.
10 for the Tigers.
As Zeke Elliott says, keep feeding me, right?
Remember that was a thing? Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
Just keep feeding me.
Keep feeding me. So 1st and 10 at the 21 of Episcopal. 14-7. Home team on top in this huge rivalry game. Tight end in motion. Handoff, there's Hudgens again. Shakes a couple tacklers, and then he's corralled at the hip. Nice job by Episcopal to get the tackle.
They had 2 guys there, Tremaine Bullock. Maybe they're starting to key in on Hudgens a little bit more, right?
Tackled by number 21, Darian Coates Cameron. A gain of 1 on the play.
They give him a gain of 1.
2nd and 9.
2nd down and 9. They got 4 wide receivers. 5 men up front. Hudgens goes in motion. And he gets the throw on the screen. It's almost snuffed out. And then on the second effort,
I'll tell you what,
they bring him down.
Darian Coates Cameron right there, the 10th grader out of Ontario, Canada. He busted through 2 Woodbury guys. He didn't get the tackle, but that was a hell of an effort by Darian. 6'3", 185.
Defense playing well here in this first half, preserving the 7-point lead. Another big third down coming up for the Tigers. 3rd and 9 at the 20. It's cowbells and home crowd certainly being a factor here, disrupting that offense.
I feel a play action off of Hudgens. Oh, no, they're going to Hudgens.
Right up
Why
the middle,
not?
and he's going to be stopped short. So here's the question. What do you do now
Well,
on 4th down?
I was thinking, right, EHS is starting the key on Hudgens, which is why I thought maybe Woodbury would do a play action to Hudgens and throw to the end zone. Now you got a 4th and long.
They're going to kick it, I think.
4th and 7.
I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah, I think EHS did a very good job at the end of this drive keying on Hudgens. And I thought at that point, if you're Woodbury, you got to keep the EHS defense honest. And now you're 4th and long going for a field goal, which is get the points while you can.
35-yarder is up, and it is
good.
Good.
So, hey,
kick is good.
you got points. You got points. And the odds are
the score is now the Episcopal High School Maroons
EHS
14,
is not going to continue to move the ball down methodically and score on you. So they're playing the points right now, halfway through the second quarter.
But I think if you're Episcopal, that's a winning.
It's a win.
That's a win.
It's a win on that
win to hold them to 3. Yeah. And confidence continues to boil for the home team.
So something to think about. Woodbury just eating chunks of yards up on the ground. They have not tested the Maroon defensive backs deep yet, and they will at some point.
Deep to receive for Episcopal
Yeah, I would think, especially after they got that pass interference earlier.
Right.
And then after
they did that. Yeah, you're right.
Then after that, nothing. So Woodbury forced to kick it off from the 40. Corley back to receive for the Maroon. Good end-over-end kick. Sends him back to the goal line. He's going to, I guess, touchback right into the end zone.
Giovanni's kick is fielded by Corley.
So let's see how the Maroon respond here, because we've got still 6:13 left in the second quarter. You've got the ball and the lead. This is a big possession, I think, for the home team.
Time management, right?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? 6 minutes? Don't do anything stupid, right? So you got 6 minutes. You got a 14-10 lead. Move the yardsticks, right?
Yep.
Move the chains.
Good long sustained drive. 14-10. Episcopal with the football and in motion. Handoff up the middle, and not much there. In fact, perhaps a loss of 1 or 2. Brings up 2nd down and long.
Ball is carried by number
Peter Fu.
2, Tremaine Bullock.
I think that was Peter Fu on the carry.
2nd and 11.
So a loss of 1 brings up 2nd down and 11. But you want to keep that clock moving. I'd almost, if I'm Episcopal, I would snap it at 2 or 3 on the snap clock.
Absolutely.
Take up as much time as you can. They do it with 7. Little toss right. And again, nothing doing there. Careful. Slam to the turf. And another loss. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long. So interesting.
I wonder if Babin's getting a breather or if he's injured. But Fu.
3rd and 11.
Fu's been the running back on the last 2. Our Babin's back in now on 3rd and down. Now this is where the Woodbury defense is going to turn the heat up a little bit and try to force some action. 3rd and long. It's the first time EHS has really been way deep.
Peter Fu.
Yeah.
In their own territory here. If the play's not there, throw it away and try to punt the ball. That'd give Woodbury 4 minutes to take it down.
3rd and 11 from the 19. Back to pass. Looking long. Got a man. Oh, just out of his reach.
He had him, just barely overthrew him.
Pass was intended for number 3, Reed Phillips.
The play was there.
Brings up 4th and 11.
Yep. Reed
I
Phillips.
would like to remind the recently inducted members of the
Intended
Episcopal
receiver.
High School Athletics Hall of Fame that you should begin
Just
to gather
couldn't haul it
behind
in.
the press box with about 3 minutes to play in the first half. Would also like to remind the fans that there will be a Hall of Fame.
So there is a
inductee
punt
recognition
coming up
ceremony right at the start of
for
halftime.
Episcopal. So if you're Woodbury Forest,
25, Ted
good
Morris
defensive
on the
stop.
punt for Episcopal High
Great
School.
defensive stop for Woodbury,
Yep.
and you got 4
Receiver
minutes
for Woodbury Forest
to
is
come
number
down,
14,
score.
Sheldon Robinson.
Punts away. That one's going out of bounds. So this is going to be a good roll, perhaps,
Number 11,
down
DeAndre
to the
Hudgens.
32. And that's where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
Morris's punt goes
Great.
out of bounds at the Woodbury Forest.
Great punt by
32
Morris.
yard
Did
line.
Woodbury have anybody back for
It
that?
didn't look like it, did it?
Tigers.
No, I don't think so. But they'll take over. Pretty good field position here. 4:26 left, second quarter, trailing 14-10.
All series are big, but this is what I would call a momentum series for both teams.
Oh, I agree. Right before the end of the first half, let's see what happens here. Woodbury Forest, there's that guy, Hudgens again, and he falls forward, but we got a flag on the
The
play.
ball is carried by number 11.
Perhaps a hold to
DeAndre
bring that
Hudgens.
back, and that would be the 4th penalty in this first half
There's
for
a
Woodbury
flag on the
Forest.
play. Holding is the call against Woodbury Forest.
That'll bring it back 10 yards.
The 10-yard penalty makes it 1st and 20.
So 1st and 20 coming up for Woodbury Forest. You gotta love it when the offensive linemen are looking at their play sheet too on their wrist.
Totally.
4 wide receivers, and we got another flag. And it's a false start. That is the 5th penalty on the Tigers
There was a
in this
dead ball
half.
foul before the snap. Illegal procedure.
Illegal
against the Woodbury
procedure.
Forest.
So
The
that brings them
5-yard
back
penalty
5.
Makes it 1st and 25.
So 1st and 25 for Woodbury Forest. Under 4 to go, first half.
Draw play to Hudgens. Screen. Remember, they eat up chunks, so. But certainly I'm a little frustrated if I'm Coach Mateo right now. The self-inflicted penalties.
Again, 4 wide receivers. Rolling right, looking. He's going to tuck it and run to the 25, up to the 30. Watch out.
Wamhoff brings it back.
Number 2, Mark Wamhoff.
Gets about 15 yards off that.
That was a good no call, though. I thought they may whistle a late hit, but
Wamhoff gained 15 yards.
good pursuit
on the
by
play.
Episcopal. But the 15-yard pickup really shortens that second.
Check that, 18 yards on the play.
And 7 coming up.
2nd and 7.
Ball at the 35. It was 1st and 25, so they get most of that back. Personnel changes for both teams. Trips to the left. On 2nd down and 7, and we've got a timeout from
Timeout
Woodbury
is called
Forest,
by Woodbury Forest.
who with
That's
penalties,
the Tigers' 2nd timeout
little
of the first half.
indecisions, they've been sort of out of sorts at times in this first half.
They really have. The penalties have hurt them in terms of momentum.
A reminder once again to the fans of the Hall of Fame inductee
We
recognition
got 3
ceremony right at the
minutes
start
and
of
30
halftime.
seconds to go 65 yards. Very doable. Highest scoring game in the history of this rivalry?
I'll say in the last 30 years.
1968.
I was not even close.
82 points. Woodbury hung 54 on the Maroon that day. I think they had a
Ooh.
quarterback named Rolly Purrington.
Okay.
I think threw for like 6 or 7 touchdown passes for not bad for the 60s, right?
No,
When
I was gonna
everybody's doing 3 yards in a
Everybody's
cloud of
doing
dust,
the wing,
right?
The wing tee.
Right?
Right. No, it is crazy just to see how the game has changed. I mean, we're watching a high school game. It's mostly shotgun.
Yes.
Which was
yes.
never even thought about
yes.
years ago.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? This is a big
and
second down. In motion, Hudgens. Little ball fake. That's going to be a pickup of a first down and plenty more on his feet to the 35 and carrying tacklers. He lost the football. He lost the football. He fumbled the football. What's the ruling on the field? This is a big call.
The ball was carried.
Who has it?
By number 2, Mark Lomhoff.
We're all circling around wondering what the call is because he definitely fumbled it. There's been no indication.
Looks like maybe the Tigers hung on to it.
I think they did.
Otherwise, you would have seen the maroon sideline there going
Watch, he fumbles
nuts.
it right there. He lost it for sure. I guess he got it back.
Smart fumble at the end of the play, but the ball was recovered by number 72, J.R. Saunders.
Smart play,
just saved the first half.
It was a smart play by Lawson Marshall for the Maroon, trying to stand them up and strip them, right? Which he did. They just didn't complete.
28 yards on the play, good enough for Woodbury.
Huge pickup there for the first
and 10
down.
for the Tigers at the Episcopal 27-yard line.
First and 10 of the 27. Little inside toss. Hudgens to the right side, carrying tacklers again, and he fights forward. And the Woodbury Forest sideline is not happy about
11, Keandre Hudgens.
Perhaps a late hit, but no
Tacklers
flag.
led by number 51, Lawson Marshall. A gain of 2 on the
Only
play.
a gain of 2, even though he ran.
Yeah,
yards.
the misdirection did not work as hoped.
So second down and 8 at the 18.
And the clock keeps running, 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
3 wide receivers. Fake toss, another handoff on the inside. Space, I think that's going to be a face mask on Episcopal, so add the 15 yards.
The ball is carried
regardless
by number 3,
of the
Lucas
carry.
Sanker. There is a flag
got
on
the face
play.
mask. And that'll be.
Wow.
I
thought
we saw a face mask.
We thought we saw a face masking.
Let's take a look if we can at that replay. But another penalty against Woodbury Forest.
The 10-yard penalty makes it 2nd and 18.
I swore I saw Sanker's head get twisted.
I did too. You and I saw the same thing.
But another penalty takes him back to the 35, so it'll be 2nd down and 18. 3 wide receivers. Lone setback. On the clap snap, Hudgens again on the toss. And got some space, and he's going to claw close to a first down. He's about 5 yards short.
By number 11, Keandre Hudgens.
So he picks up about 15.
At the 2-minute mark.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Give him 11, actually.
7.
Woodbury confident in their clock management here. 3rd and long.
14-10, Episcopal with the lead. Back to pass. Little dump again to Hudgens. That was read wisely by Episcopal. He's not going to get that first down.
Wow.
Big hold and big stop by the Maroon. Now what do you do here if you're Woodbury Forest?
You're looking at what, roughly a 45-yard
let's
field
see.
goal?
Yeah.
40 yards?
Even further. 43. So even closer.
That is not a gimme.
So I think they're going to go for it. With the clock coming up at 1 minute left here.
3 on the play.
He lost yards.
4th and 10.
So it's 4th and 10. Maybe Woodbury Forest is going to call a timeout here, or they're going to go quickly. Snap. Clock is at 7. They're going for it. 4 wide receivers. Maybe they're going to call a timeout at 1, and they let it run all the way down. I think they called a timeout. Yes, they did. Right before.
Timeout, Woodbury Forest.
There would have been a penalty.
That's the Tigers.
So they got some time to think about it here.
First half.
What to do on 4th and 10. Now you kicked it earlier. Kicker's good.
Kicker's good. You get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. How's that factoring in?
39 seconds. I think it factors in a lot. I think you go for it.
Yeah. Because if you're Woodbury right now, you're not feeling terrible knowing that you're down 14-10 and you're getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter. And we were saying earlier, as well as EHS is playing, they are 1-7. So in a tight game down the stretch, they have the mental fortitude
Number 99, Andrew,
to close it out.
Well, we called it wrong. They're going to kick the field goal.
That's why we're up in the box. We're wrong on penalties. We're wrong on strategies. But rarely in doubt.
About a 43-yarder. The kick is on the way, and the kick is no good to the left. And so they should have listened to us.
Yeah.
Should have gone for it. 39 seconds left.
I think you're right. I mean, good kicker. He had the leg, but still, it's a long kick. There is a breeze out there.
I think you're absolutely right. Hey, we get the ball.
We get the ball.
Start the second half.
And I doubt EHS is going to go
no, they're going to kneel
75 yards in 30 seconds.
So if you're Episcopal, you're saying we're up 14-10 over an undefeated team at halftime. This is exactly what we wanted to see, and we got to keep this baby going to the second half.
At the Episcopal High School 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Maroon.
Yeah, 34 seconds left. You should just kneel.
We've gotten as fans exactly what we wanted, which is a great game.
Yes, yes.
Full stadium now.
Yeah, the tailgating was something. Lots of folks on hand.
The ball is respotted at the
so they're going to have 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
At the 20.
You just take a knee here,
agree,
don't you? I mean, you don't even hand it off.
Just take a knee. Head into the locker room with a 4-point lead. Out of the shotgun, though. So that doesn't mean they're going to take a knee, but just a handoff up the middle. And close to a 1st down. Good run there
by number 23,
by Babin.
So I think that.
And Episcopal is going to call a timeout.
Very interesting.
A gain of 8 on the
with
play.
23 seconds left.
That's an interesting call, right? I mean, because they could have just run the quarter out.
Yeah, Woodbury Forest has used their timeout, so
that's
they can't do anything.
Second timeout of the first half.
I think you got the 4-point lead. You say we're happy.
Don't
where
even
we are.
hand it off. Don't even hand it off.
Seriously, just take a knee. Yeah, you don't want to risk any turnover at all. You want to go in to the locker room with the lead and with the confidence. So 22 seconds left. Let's see what they do, but I'm certain they'll play it conservatively again. Reminds me of that play. Was that last year or 2 years ago where Miami said they really didn't have a kneel down play? Do you remember that?
Yes.
They coughed it up.
Yes.
All they had to do was kneel down.
Yes, or if you're our age, you remember the.
They're throwing it.
This is.
1st down, though, on the run. Careful. Up to the 39. And the clock stops momentarily with 13 seconds left, but perhaps that'll be the last play of the
for 10 yards
of the half. And that's
first down.
Going to be
they're going to burn it here.
For the Maroons,
that is the end of the first half. But
yard line.
Tell you what, 14-10, Episcopal will take it any day of the week.
If I'm Coach Rogers, I couldn't be happier. They've had a tough season. They've lost some close games. A pretty flawless first half for the Maroon. And if I'm Coach Mateo and the Tigers, hey, no problem. No problem. We have supreme confidence. We get the ball to start the third quarter. And we're 1 score away.
I'm going to say I would love to, not that we can, but I'm certain that the speeches at halftime are going to be 180.
Yes.
One side is just going to be reaming into the team. The other side is going to say, hey, we're good.
Yes.
We're all right.
Yes.
But Woodbury Forest cannot be happy with that first half. So here at halftime, Episcopal 14-10 lead over Woodbury Forest. 123rd meeting between these two great rivalries. Halftime festivities coming up. We'll rejoin you in just a few minutes for the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yesterday afternoon, the Episcopal High School Athletics Hall of Fame inducted 7 new individual members and 2 teams. Please direct your attention to midfield, where we will honor our recently inducted Hall of Famers. First, Peter Howell from the class of 1967 is one of the most accomplished tennis players to ever represent Episcopal High School. He went undefeated during his senior season at EHS and went on to have a successful playing career at Vanderbilt and was once named the Georgia Professional Tennis Player of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Peter Howell. Skylar Williams from the class of 2000 earned 10 varsity letters during her 4 years on the Hill as a multi-sport field hockey, basketball, track, and lacrosse athlete. Lacrosse was the sport where Skylar truly excelled, and she was recognized as All-League, All-Met, and All-American before continuing her career at the University of Virginia. Skylar Williams. Jonathan Lee, class of 2001, earned 12 varsity letters during his EHS career and was the captain of cross country, basketball, and track and field. Jonathan was a member of 2 state championship basketball teams and was a 2-time most valuable runner in cross country, a 2-time basketball MVP, and a 3-time IAC track champion in the 800-meter run. John continued his career as a basketball player at the College of William and Mary. Jonathan Lee. Lindsay DeButz from the class of 2008 earned 9 varsity letters in her 3 years competing for EHS in field hockey, basketball, and lacrosse. She helped win a lacrosse state championship and garnered All-League, All-Met, All-State, and All-American honors at Episcopal before continuing her career on the Princeton University lacrosse team. Lindsay DeButz. Hunter DeButz from the class of 2010 earned 12 varsity letters playing football, basketball, and lacrosse. A 3-sport captain, he earned All-League and All-State honors for multiple years in both football and lacrosse, and he was an academic All-American in lacrosse. Hunter also went on to play lacrosse at Princeton University. Hunter DeButz. Chantel Bingham from the class of 2011 won multiple titles in league and state track meets, setting countless records along the way while earning All-League, All-Met, and All-State honors several times. To this day, Chantel still holds 6 EHS track and field records as well as the state meet records in both the 100-meter and 100-meter hurdles, and she was also head cheerleader. Chantel Bingham. Coach Ruth Rainey Schrum was an important teacher, coach, dorm parent, and mentor to the first young women to attend the high school. She led the inaugural field hockey program and inspired her players to achieve more than they ever could have imagined. In 1993, just the 3rd year of coeducation, the field hockey team won the ISL championship in both the regular season and postseason. Coach Ruth Rainey Schrum. The 1968 cross-country team went undefeated in its inaugural season as a varsity team. The team dominated 8 consecutive dual meets, securing the Virginia Private Schools Championship and being named Prep League champions. The 1968 cross-country team. Led by Coach Ed Rice, the 1977 varsity football team had a standout season, finishing with an impressive 9-1 record and outscoring their opponents 203-82. The team's most notable victory came against the Woodbury Forest Tigers in a snowy Hummel Bowl, breaking the Tigers' 24-game 3-year winning streak by a score of 14-9. The 1977 football team and Coach Ed Wright. Let's have one more round of applause for all of the Hall of Fame inductees.
It's really about generating support for the values that the institution holds and wants to instill in each and every one of its students.
The courage that you get through the honor code and the life at Episcopal, it sets you on the path to do the right things.
Courage is an important feature of all of the Episcopal students.
Courage is really acting on something when it's hard.
The courage that I've learned will help me out through the entire rest of my life.
With courage, we will.
Courage, in and of itself, implies action, taking a step and making a decision.
Courage, at my time in Episcopal, sometimes involved making decisions that might not be popular. It was also part of that leadership aspect that Episcopal gave you, and ownership and involvement in the community.
They are being asked to stand up for what they believe in more than ever.
It's not just about being a good student. It's not just about being a good person. It's about having the capability and the responsibility to do something with those gifts.
The idea of this courage campaign, I think, is for us to take the advantage of all that Episcopal has to offer, but yet always do it with integrity being at the top of the list and the willingness to do the right thing for yourself, for your fellow students, and for the community in which you live.
The students who choose to come here, that is courageous on its own, because you're going away from home, you're deciding to take the step to become more independent and study on your own. The courage to just go out and make something of yourself on your own and be successful.
Just being able to come to Episcopal took a lot of courage, but I think it was the best decision I could have made.
Getting set for the second half here at the Hummel Bowl alongside Chris Giblin, Frank Handrahan here, as quite a first half.
Couldn't have asked for
the
much
Maroon.
more. Yeah, couldn't have asked for much more.
14-10 lead as they stretch out and get ready for the second half. But for Woodbury Forest, too many penalties, little indecisiveness on offense. For Episcopal, just keep doing. They had, I believe, 4 drives, 2 resulted in scores, and the mix of run and pass was fantastic.
Perfect. And exuding confidence in the game plan.
Confidence, huge. Yep.
Quarterback getting the ball off. The only time he was rushed, he made the right move. He rolled, made a big dump pass for a big play. But Woodbury, again, undefeated. They're going to start with the ball. My guess is they know exactly what they're going to do with the ball when they get it. And EH is going to have to have its best defensive stand so far in the game on this first drive of the second half.
100%. Have to. This is almost like a tone set for the second half, this first possession.
Yeah.
Between both these teams.
Before we get going, I want to give a shout out to 2 of EHS's biggest fans, 2 nonagenarians who are not with us today. They're watching online. Winston Holt, class of 49, who was a regular at this game for decades. Hope you're doing great, Mr. Holt. And my dad, Jerry Giblin, who's an EHS super fan, who's been so omnipresent at EHS over the last 40 years. Most people think he went here. But I hope you guys are enjoying it, and we miss you.
So your dad did not go here?
He didn't.
No.
He didn't. Everybody thinks he did.
Okay. So Episcopal will kick it off from their 40, and Woodbury Forest back to return it.
Yeah, you want to keep it out of Robinson's hands.
And the second half is underway. Oh, they went a little squib again. Picked up at the 32, and unfortunately the knee was down. As Woodbury Forest will take over from the 32. And I think Episcopal was saying, we're not giving these return guys any sort of opportunity.
And smart move by Kate Ellis for Woodbury. Just fall on it. You got good field position to start. Turn it over to your horses. See what they can do with it.
So trailing by 4, first possession of the second half for Woodbury Forest. The Tigers in the road whites. Episcopal in the home all black uniforms, maroon trim. 2 wide receivers under the center. Handoff Hudgens again. And they are living and dying with him, and he only gets maybe 1. You almost get a feeling, as you mentioned in the first half, it's like they're setting Episcopal's defense up for something here.
Yes.
A little ball fake
Yes.
to this guy
Yes.
and beat you long.
Yes.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Because they have just run and thrown to Hudgens basically all game long.
EHS has a bunch of beef on that defensive line. I mean, you look at across the board. We got 330, 230, 250. There's some big guys on the defensive front for Episcopal.
Second down long, a little swing pass, caught, first down and more up to midfield, and fighting for yardage. Big pickup.
C.J. Rissmiller.
His first touch.
Wamhoff, yeah.
And he gets a big gainer.
Exactly.
Moves the sticks.
6', 185 sophomore from York, Pennsylvania.
So 1st and 10 inside Episcopal's half at the 49. 2 wide receivers, man in motion, Zell. Snap, and there's Hudgens again on the toss. Up the middle, picks up maybe 4 before he's cut down. Pick up with 3, that'll bring up second down 7. 10:20 left third quarter. Same formation. Hudgens hands off, starts left, now goes right. Finds some space, breaks a couple tackles, and he's down inside the 35-yard line. That's another first down, and move the chains for Woodbury Forest.
Yeah, there was some arm tackling there by a couple of the EHS players that enabled Hudgens to get another 8-9 yards off that run.
So now 1st and 10 at the 34. They mark it as if you're Woodbury Forest. And Coach Jackson Mateo, this is exactly what you wanted to see from your team to start the second half. A good, solid drive, trying to take the lead back here.
You're exactly right.
Play action, throwing, right side. Did he get his feet in?
Ooh, good replay.
And yes, he did. They rule it a catch.
Really impressed with Wamhoff's release and accuracy. And a great catch by Will Leahy.
Did he get his foot down?
He did, and I've done the replay, yeah.
That was close. Second down and 4. Woodbury Forest trailing 14-10 with possession. There's Hudgens again. They love to feed him the rock. He's going to get cut down just short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. And unless there's any penalty or anything, this is 4-down territory. I'm thinking you're that close. Third and about a yard. Under 9 minutes left third quarter. Little cut back from Hudgens, little hesitate, fumbled it. He lost the football, but I think he got it back.
I think he got it back.
So that is 2 fumbles now by Woodbury Forest. They've gotten back themselves. Alertness by the Tigers to jump on that ball. Boy, they're playing with fire, though, when you got 2 turnovers possibly and you get it back.
Yeah, and Hudgens probably has, do you think he's got 20 carries already in the game?
Oh, yeah.
So fatigue,
it's pushing there, yeah, it's pushing there.
Kick in at some point.
So it is a first down, 1st and 10 at the 25. I started this quarter with the football, so the drive about 3.5 minutes and counting. Hudgens lone setback, trips to the right side. Again, Hudgens. Didn't matter that he fumbled, he gets it back, and he's stood up, but he picks up about 4 or 5 yards. And they have predominantly gone to that left side on the handoffs.
Continuously.
Yeah. I'll bring up second down and about 5 or 6. They say 6, second down and 6. Ball at the 19. 3 wide receivers to the right. Hudgens lone setback. Wamhoff takes a snap, rolling right. Option to run or throw. He's going to throw it into the end zone. Almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted is right.
Sheldon Robinson on the coverage.
Really trying to thread the needle there, and
it was okay.
Corley got enough.
That was a dangerous throw.
That was a dangerous throw. I mean, really tried to thread the needle, and there were 2 or 3 EHS guys, and Corley got the deflection.
So 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. From the 19. Same formation. Man in motion now to the left. Hudgens, ball fake, wide open. Great play call. First down and more inside the red zone.
I was just thinking of Hudson Zell. He was a player to watch today. I think that might be his first catch, and a great time to call that play, and he was wide open.
Wide open. Very well executed. And that brings up a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Under 7 to play, 3rd quarter. Two men in the backfield. Hudgens, the workhorse, dragged down close to the 4-yard line. That brings up 2nd down and goal from the 4. Pickup of about 4.
Tigers methodically moving the ball down the field on the maroon here.
And we talked about that bend but don't break. They're not breaking, but they're slowly but surely getting down the field.
Been a couple of 3rd and
a little throwback to a offensive lineman. Great play, fooled everybody. Touchdown, Woodbury Forest.
Wide open, Buddy Wegdam, 6'6", 280 out of Marshall, Virginia. Obviously checked in as a receiver, told the ref.
Touchdown.
And really nicely executed.
He's wide open on that left side. Touchdown for the Tigers. First lead of the game with the pending extra point. Tigers fans love it. Two well-executed plays there on that drive.
Absolutely, and both teams, EHS began the game with a great offensive possession and really set the tone for the first half, and now Woodbury's done the same for the 3rd quarter and put some pressure on the Maroon. Down here for the first time in the game with 6:11 left in the 3rd quarter.
So Andrew Obani will come in to attempt the extra point, but I'm not sure what the discussion is with the officials here. But yeah, just a great play call. And talk about being an offensive lineman. It must have been like the longest 2 seconds of his life, that ball in the air. Oh, just don't drop it.
You know, he caught that ball with confidence.
He did,
and
right?
had some coordination. And as Chris Berman used to say, stumbling, bumbling, rumbling.
What are they talking about? Could it perhaps have been arguing, was it well, it doesn't matter what kind of pass it was.
Was it a flag? Okay.
Oh, maybe he did not check in. And controversy now.
They're obviously reevaluating that touchdown, right?
Absolutely. I don't think it's going to count. Was it a legal substitution?
Well, his number is 70, right? So if you're ineligible, you have to report as an eligible receiver, and maybe they didn't give.
Did he report?
Yeah, maybe he didn't report.
But here's a question I never understood about that rule. Does the other team have to know that he reports?
Points are off the clock, so it's clearly. Yeah.
Illegal receiver downfield.
Yeah. So the blocker. Yeah.
They were down too far before the pass was thrown. That's it.
Huge.
Yes. That's a huge penalty. And we talked about penalties. That is the 6th assessed to Woodbury Forest on a touchdown taken off the board. So a legal man downfield. And you see in football the gate is very small, so it's just a couple yards.
Totally.
If you're 3 or 4, that's a penalty.
Totally.
So that will come off the board, and instead of a touchdown, that brings up
4th and 14.
4th and 14.
4th and goal.
So what do you do? You got to kick it. Is that the right down and distance? Oh, loss of down. There's our answer. So now it's 3rd and goal. Okay, I was going to say. 3rd and goal from the 14. Huge turn of events here. Euphoria to disappointment. And they got to reconnect Woodbury. Hudgens in the direct snap option. Ball fake, running left, has some space, stumbles and falls.
Big break for the Maroon because he had some blockers in front of him.
So I think you kick it here. You have to kick it. And if you're Episcopal, you're saying this ends very well for us, obviously.
If EHS pulls this out, we're going to remember this possession. You're looking at
This is about a 25-yarder.
Yeah.
For Obani. Snaps good, kicks up, and it's blocked! Ball's live. Ball's live. Woodbury forced on it. And we just said.
EHS will take over on the 25.
Wow.
Huge turn of events here.
In a rivalry game, strange things happen. We just saw 2 of them.
And here's the thing, Frank. Woodbury just burned 6.5 minutes of the third quarter.
And got nothing.
Got nothing.
Unbelievable. So Episcopal trying to pull off the upset with possession and a 4-point lead after the block. I'm not sure exactly who got the block, but it looked like 2 or 3 could have gotten credit for the huge block of that field goal. And now Episcopal on offense.
Both crowds getting into it now.
5:26 left, third quarter. I formation, handoff up the gut, and not much there for Episcopal. Levi Babin getting maybe a yard or 2.
Babin's a tough runner, squares up. He's having a good game and protecting the ball.
Got to keep it smart, limit those penalties and turnovers. Second down 9.
I'll tell you what, if I were the Maroon here, I'd pull the playbook out from the first drive in the first quarter and say, let's repeat it, guys, because you're starting at 25. Let's run the same playbook.
Second and long. 2 wide receivers to the near side. 2-step drop throw, caught, but quickly gobbled up down to the 20, up to the 29 rather. Brings up third down and about 6. Bullock with the reception.
Gravely's managing a good game, and
a gain of 3 on the play, third and
the receivers are making the plays. Wilkes Brown checking in 0 for the Maroon. Keep an eye on him.
Big
flanked
third down.
Out to the right here.
2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. On third and long, a little flip reverse. Flip reverse. Going to be a first down to the 45-yard line. Big pickup.
So Wilkes Brown, normally a defensive player, 6'6", 230, checks in for 1 play on offense. The Maroon run the reverse to Afori Ansah, and they get what they need, moving the chains. Great play ball, great play call by the Maroon. They've been very basic. Did a little razzle-dazzle at the right time and moved the chains.
You're right, that was a great play call. Froze the defense, got the first down, moved the sticks. 1st and 10 from their own 46. Handoff, right side. Trying to run forward, but not getting anywhere. And cut down quickly. Ben Irony with the run.
The first carry of the game for Ben, big kid.
Irony with the carry. But again, second down and long. Clock continues to move. 3:50 left, third quarter. Episcopal up 14-10. And there's a flag, though, on the play. And that's going to hurt. We talked about penalties. And there's a big one. That's a hold that brings it back 10 yards.
Yep.
The 10-yard penalty brings up 1st and 20.
This is where, as a coach with this team, game management and clock management. Okay, guys, we're doing fine. There's a penalty. Let's put our left foot in front of our right and don't panic.
So 1st and 20 from the 36 now. 3 wide receivers rather, to the near side. 1 setback, quick throw. Caught and then cut down. Good defense by the Tigers.
Really good play by Reed, number 3 for the Tigers, Lucas Sanker. Was not fooled and played containment really well there.
Afori Ansah with the reception after that big pickup of the first. Now second down and 16 at about their 40-yard line.
Sanker's a guy who hadn't seen any offense today for the Tigers, and I think he's a guy to keep an eye on late in the game. They may throw him in. He runs a 4.4 40. He's got an older brother starting strong safety for Virginia.
Second down, 3 wide receivers rolling right, little dump off, caught, and gets up to the 42. And that brings up 3rd and long. Babin with the reception.
Babin's playing great for the Maroon. And really, shout out for the EHS quarterback as well, who's really playing a great game. Your midfield here, 3rd and long. Don't get crazy, right?
Yeah, this is a tough spot here for Episcopal. You don't want to turn it over. Maybe eat some time here, but how many 3rd and 15 plays you have in your playbook?
Yep.
We're going to see right here. 3rd and 15, 3 wide receivers. Gravely over the middle, and that's short, and that'll bring up 4th down. So a good hold by Woodbury Forest after that disastrous turn of events for them.
Very good hold for the Tigers. Field position has to be on Coach Rogers' mind right now. Get off a good punt and make Woodbury go 80 yards. And look, you're already at 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
Penn Morris back to kick it. Robinson and Hudgens to return.
2 very, very dangerous returners.
Got the kick away, end over end.
That's what you want in high school football.
I'll take it.
A shank of a punt is one of the best plays in high school football. And I'm surprised Robinson didn't make a play on that because he was not far from that, and it rolled another 7-8 yards.
The ball will be spotted at the Woodbury
so 14-10
Forest
as Woodbury Forest takes over down by 4. Under 2 minutes left here, 3rd quarter.
This has been a fast quarter, Frank. But just a great day in Alexandria.
3 wide receivers to the near side on 1st and 10 from their own 20. Man in motion. There's Hudgens again. Left side. Space. Got about 6. Brings up 2nd down and 4. As Woodbury Forest, their game plan looks pretty obvious. They continue to feed Hudgens and work that left side. Good tackle there by the Maroons. 2nd down and about 4.
7 on the play, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3, rather. Give them 7.
Yeah, I was just talking about Lucas Sanker, number 3 for the Tigers. He is now in on offense. He did not play at all. He is
quarterback draw nowhere, and this brings up a big 3rd down for Woodbury Forest.
They lost yards on that,
lost
didn't
yardage. Just a quarterback keeper up the middle did not fool the Maroon defense.
Keep an eye on number 3 for the Tigers. Lightning fast. I don't think played offense the entire first half. If he did, maybe a couple of plays, but he's in now.
Big 3rd down. Under a minute left here. They give it to Hudgens on the left side, and he's got the 1st down and more up to the 37-yard line. So when in doubt, give it to Hudgens. He gets the 1st down. Moves the sticks. Maybe 1 or 2 more plays this quarter.
He's got to be approaching 140, 150 yards of rushing. He's had a great game.
The Tigers at their 38-yard line.
So they'll mark it at the 38. 3 wide receivers to the right.
This may be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Under 10 seconds to go, and it is another handoff. Hudgens up the middle, and they are just hoping for Woodbury Forest that he can finally break one long. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter with that run.
4 yards on the play.
Gain 4, so when we start the 4th quarter, it'll be 2nd down and 6. But to sit here going into the 4th quarter with Episcopal up by 4 over an undefeated team, this is why these rivalries.
You love it.
You gotta love it.
You can't ask for anything more.
An initial reminder to all fans that the game tradition dictates that all fans stay off the playing field at the end of the game.
Frank, before we start the 4th quarter, I'm going to give a shout out to my teammates. 40 years ago, we won Episcopal's first IAC football championship, and then took on a prep league champion down in Orange and took care of business there. And that was 40 years ago. It seems like yesterday,
right,
but I got a bunch of my buddies listening, and I told them I'd give them a little
Love it.
Shout out.
(14-10) as we start the fourth quarter. 3 wide receivers, 2nd down and 5 from the 41, and we got another flag. Let's see what the call is. False start. Illegal procedure, and again, just shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties. It's a 7th by my count.
Yeah.
So instead of 2nd down and 5, it's 2nd and 10.
Penalty makes it 2nd and 12.
Ball at the 36. Uh-oh, this could be a
Trick
trick play.
play.
Yep, they're going long. Got behind the defense. Going up for grabs. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable catch.
That was
Hudson Zell with the catch and play of the game so far.
Yeah, heck of a catch. We made a good observation with Zanker coming in. It was clear it was going to be a trick play. He made a beautiful pass and an absolute beautiful catch. And even with the penalty on EHS, Zell comes down with it. Just a fantastic catch.
Got to give the guy credit. Defense was there. Not much else you can do. Just perfectly timed. Oh.
Zanker just cocked back and let that thing rip.
So from the 15, 1st and 10. Woodbury Forest now trying to take the lead. Wymhoff throws, caught by the guy who just caught it. And only a pickup of 3 or 4. And let's see how this play plays out, because a unbelievable catch like that can certainly change the momentum quickly.
I think the 2 EHS defenders on that play lost sight of where the ball was and the man because they were in the vicinity.
Oh yeah.
Tremaine Bullock, who just made the tackle for the Maroon, is down right now.
Officials timeout.
So injury on the field, perhaps a cramp. Gives Episcopal and Woodbury Forest just a second to go over some things. And this is where Woodbury Forest in the 3rd quarter could not convert when they got down to this area.
Credit to the Maroon defense. Woodbury's been pretty much of a scoring machine all year, other than their 10-0 victory over St. Chris. But they showed their offensive explosiveness definitely on that play.
What do you call that, a double pass? Is that a?
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously not it's a backwards pass to
clearly
a forward pass.
Clearly a backwards lateral.
Yeah.
And you could tell he wasn't running with it.
All right, so after the timeout, 2nd down and 6. Got some subs coming in.
Going into the north end zone, Braddock Road entrance, where the big play right down here on the 2-yard line 2 years ago completely turned the momentum in the game.
Got another trick play coming up, perhaps. Hudgens now direct snap. Wildcat going left, got some blocks, cuts it down to the left side.
Flag.
That's a hold.
It's another flag.
That touchdown will not count, as there was a holding that was clear as day, and that is another penalty against Woodbury Forest, and that negates another touchdown.
Wow.
So that brings them back 10 yards.
The 10-yard penalty brings up 2nd and 16.
So
that's 2 touchdowns called back.
2 touchdowns called back. So 2nd down and 17 from the 22. Got to get to about the 5-yard line for a first down. Three wide handoff. Hudgens again up the middle, fighting forward, gets to the 14. And that brings up a humongous couple possessions here, because you would think down 14-10, perhaps 2 down territory?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
At this point,
you already got a kick blocked.
if it's 4th and short, and I tell you what, Hudgens has been spectacular. Keep giving it to him.
3rd down and 8 from the 14. Zell in motion, Hudgens, and we got a timeout, I think, called by Woodbury Forest right before the snap. And this has not been the smoothest of days for the Tigers.
Their offensive, the left side of their offensive line there was not, I don't think, they were overloaded. It looked like, and they may not have been aligned properly, which resulted in the timeout.
So 14-10, Episcopal with the lead by 4, with just over 10 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Curious to see what the play call will be here, because I think we're both in the boat of 2-down territory. So big 2 possessions here for Woodbury Forest. Crowd coming to life here. They know this is a big couple set of downs.
Yeah, here you
A
go.
little
Looks
trick
like
play.
Double reverse.
Triple reverse. Man's wide open in the end zone. But underthrown, caught. Doesn't matter, touchdown. So they went full trickeration on that one.
And it was a slow developing play on a short field,
Yep.
and he still was wide open.
Now I'm looking for any flags. There are no flags on this one. Will Leahy with the touchdown reception on the triple flips. Yeah, he was wide open, but it was underthrown. Good adjustment, touchdown.
Out of Mark Longhoff's hold.
Nice execution by the Tigers there.
Now they're doing a little trick extra point here. Instead of going for 1, which would give them a 3-point lead, they got a 2-point lead, 2 points, and a 4-point lead. Another trick play.
Really two nice plays by the Tigers. Credit to them. And that means the Maroon need to regain their composure, and the Maroon need I guess they don't need a touchdown with 9:56 left, but you know they're going to feel the pressure to get down and get that touchdown.
18-14, so just 2 plays in a row with multiple misdirection leads to the touchdown and then the 2-pointer.
Captain Adam Velasquez out there lining up, trying to get his guys fired up. You like to see that.
So can Episcopal answer back down 18-14?
Before
Under 10 to go, rather.
Yeah, 4 ounces deep, the Maroon. And he'll be able to return this.
Forianza taking it at the 5 up to the 15. And he's taken down at the 27, so pretty decent return. That's where the Maroon will take over.
That was a really gutsy call by Coach Mateo Woodbury, right? I mean, if you don't get that 2-pointer,
that is called rolling the dice.
comes down and kicks a field goal. I mean, really,
you're gonna rue that day.
Really gutsy call.
Yeah, no, it was.
So credit to them.
And have trust in your team to execute those trick plays. One little thing goes out of whack, it all breaks down.
Yeah.
And it did not on those plays. 18-14, Maroon trail by 4 with possession. Forianza to the near side. Gravely, handoff for a couple as Babin gets up to the 33-yard line, brings up 2nd down and about 6.
2nd and 6.
Clock moving, 9:30 left, 4th quarter. Same formation just to the top side now. Babin, handoff, going left. Got some room, got the first down up to the 40.
Moving the chains, moving the chains.
Great move with that shoulder to elude some tacklers and picks up that first down.
He is a tough runner. He squares up, he hits the hole hard. He's had a great game for the Maroon. And credit to the offense, both teams' offensive lines have played very well today, and we often forget the guys in the trenches,
oh,
right?
Yeah. Whistle, and we've got a official timeout.
Whistle's timeout.
Going to reset the snap clock. Ball's at the 40 of Episcopal with possession. Babin handoff up the middle, maybe 2 or 3.
Number 23, Levi.
Woodbury Forest crowd erupting it with that stop.
A gain of 2 on the play.
Brings up second down and 8. Coming up on 8 minutes left, fourth quarter.
You wonder if EHS has a trick play they've been practicing all year.
Hey,
right?
you're going to do one to us too? We got one in our back pocket. 2 tight ends set to the left. Florianza to the right. Gravely under center now, back to the shotgun. Play clock at 1, got it off. Oh, almost fumbled the ball, and then he gets cut down. That was just not smooth from the snap.
Yeah, no, and I think Woodbury read it. Charlie Sutton and C.J. Rissmiller, they were there, and they were ready for it, and the Maroon looking at 3rd and long here.
Big third down coming up, 3rd down and 9 from their own 41. 7:30 left, and again, whistle.
Timeout is called by Episcopal.
Episcopal knows the importance of this play, and they call a timeout. So on a 3rd and 9, what do you think they're going to dial up here? Maybe get your quarterback a little mobile?
Well, you got some good speed with the Maroon. Part of me's thinking, can you execute a quick hitch, quick pass, and let the athlete at least get it to a 4th and 2, if not better. Like we were talking, that trick play you've been practicing for 10 weeks.
For 10 weeks.
Every Thursday afternoon. Do you have the courage? Do you have the confidence to pull that out at some point? Probably not on a 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go, 3rd and 9.
But you got to try to get the ball to your best athlete.
3 wide receivers to the near side.
And you got, and all 3 of these guys are really good athletes with good speed.
Grabbing the shotgun, looking right, toe tapping, throwing right, got hit, up for grabs, and it is almost intercepted and knocked out of bounds.
Yeah,
good defense by Woodbury Forest.
Yeah, good defense. Gravely was forced to throw it. Florianza was double teamed. Now you're in a tough spot. You do have
you got to punt it. Yep.
2 timeouts left, but you got to punt, and you got to produce your best defensive performance of the day.
Number 25.
You gotta hopefully get off a good punt here.
Deep to receive for Woodbury Forest is number 14, Sheldon Robinson.
So to kick it, Penn Morris. Robinson back to return for Woodbury Forest. Snap good, almost blocked. Beautiful
nice punt.
That'll send Robinson back. He's going to let it bounce. And if they can get there, let it roll to about the 2.
That is a beauty.
That is exactly what you dialed up. Perfect play, perfect punt, and that brings up 1st and forever for Woodbury Forest. They mark it at the 1.
That is absolutely beautiful punt.
Penn Morris coming through with a huge and beautiful punt. And now the challenge for the Tigers is to keep the clock moving and get first downs. Can Episcopal get a stop here? Trailing by 4 with just over 7 minutes left in regulation.
Plenty of time.
Under center they go. Handoff. There's Hudgens up the middle. And a pickup of just a few. Brings up second down.
Gives
and
them
8.
Gives them some breathing room.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be in the trick play department here. Don't want to risk it. Clock moving. Under 7 to go. Second down 8.
They definitely have had a pocket full of trick plays today, for sure.
Another handoff up the middle.
All right.
And maybe a yard. So here comes the pressure on Woodbury Forest to get this first down. Great opportunity here for Episcopal to keep the ball in front and get that baby back with a punt. Crowd recognizes getting on their feet. Third down. And about 6.
Stay in your lane,
Stay in your
EHSD.
lane.
Put some pressure on the quarterback.
Shotgun formation. Zell, who had that big catch in motion. Another handoff left side. That's a first down and more if he holds on to the football, and he does.
That was a
Hudgens with the first down.
That was a big hole on the left side opened up by the Woodbury offensive line, and Hudgens.
Yeah, we talked about this, that left side. They love to try to get something there.
Yep.
And they did on that play. So that's a big first down. Moves the sticks, keeps the clock moving. 5:37 left here. Now you got to start thinking, when are we going to use our timeouts if you're Episcopal? Got it out to the 22, and they started this possession at the 1.
Tigers are going to be
they're throwing
rolling down on play action. I was just getting ready to say that.
They got a man. Midfield. First down. We stand corrected.
We did. I was literally just getting ready to say they're going to ground and pound.
I thought so too.
Next thing you know, they do a play action rollout and then execute a really pretty play.
And maybe that's why, because Woodbury Forest is saying, Episcopal's thinking we're just going to run it here.
Yep.
Another big connection. First down at midfield. 4:54 left. Three wide receivers. Hudgens lone setback. Zell gets it on the quick end around. Oh, he got hammered. Only a gain of 1. Stays in bounds, though. Clock continues to move. And
yeah, smart play staying in bounds. He took a pop there.
Took a pop for sure. Only a gain of 1. And now Woodbury Forest going to use time between each snap.
Yeah, this play will take it under the 4-minute mark.
They're snapping early, too, although Wamoff may take his time here. Zell in motion. Handoff. Hudgens, right side again. Stays in bounds down to the 44. And a third down coming up. Now here's a question to you, Chris.
Yeah.
Third down here. Is this 4-down territory for Woodbury Forest just to put the game away? Or?
My guess is if they don't get the first down here, they're using their last time out of the game.
And figuring out what we're going to do.
Talking it over to talk exactly that.
Third down and about 4 from the 44. Need to get to the 40.
With the way they've been playing, I could see them do a little trickeration here. And
it's been working.
It's been working.
Pitch left side. Hudgens not going to get the first down. And I don't think they even.
I think they're punting.
They got to punt it now.
I think they're punting on
what
that.
A stand. Huge stop.
Wilkes Brown totally read it, muscled his way into the backfield. Here we are on the replay.
And this is what you got to love if they get the ball.
And just swallows them.
2:55 left in a rivalry game. You've got a chance.
So the Tigers are punting. Maroon will have
plenty of time.
Just over 2 minutes.
They got 2 timeouts left. Ubani to punt it away. Oforiansa to return, almost blocked, and that is a great bounce, and this is almost the exact same thing on the other end. down at about the 1 yard line.
Payback is hell, as they say. Hey, you punt to our 1 yard line, we'll punt to yours.
So Episcopal, if they're going to have a chance to pull off the victory here in the game, they got to go 98 yards in 2:19.
This is your chance at immortality, EHS offense. Oh.
So 18-14, Episcopal has a chance to make something happen. Trying to take out the undefeated Woodbury Forest team. You see the Tigers faithful on their feet. These are why these rivalry games are so special. We got a late player running in. They got time to get the snap off.
They got time.
One wide receiver. Handoff to the right side. Can he get space? No, he can't. And we got a flag, though. This is a huge call.
That may be a face mask.
Was it a face mask? No, holding.
Oh, EHS holding, yeah.
But at least you only go back 1 yard.
Kind of a good place to get a holding, right?
Would you?
Half the distance,
Here's
right?
a question. Do you decline that penalty or you take it?
That is a great question. You probably decline it,
You probably
right?
decline it. Yeah.
You don't need yards, you need downs.
You need downs. Yep, they declined the penalty, so that brings up 2nd down and 10 from their own 2 yard line. 2:13 remaining 4th quarter. Can Episcopal mount a drive here? Babin up the gut. Hard yards up to the 9. 3rd down 3, and this is clearly 4 down territory. Bring up 3rd down and short. Clock, though, continues to move at 1:53. And we got a whistle. We got an injured player.
Injured player. The Tigers is down.
By Woodbury Forest.
Woodbury uses his last time out.
A final reminder to all fans to please stay off the playing field at the end
Just
of the
want to
game.
take a minute to thank our wonderful crew today for producing such a great game, led by Luke David, EHS class of 93. Sean Lamone on the camera, operators Jordan Klemka and Caleb Parnell. Jordan Williams with production, and assistance from the great Victor Maddox, class of 1993. So thanks for your all's efforts in producing a great
Looks fantastic
afternoon for both schools and for all those people out across the country watching the game.
Thousands.
EHS Woodbury, lots of watch parties.
18-14 on the quick throw. Ansa's got the 1st down. Clock will stop momentarily. Ofori Ansa with the big pickup. 1:38 left. This is the drive. It's going to happen right now for Episcopal, down by 4.
Yep.
Babin's limping off the field. Got to get somebody in there because they only got 10 right now. They do. Clock moving. 1:21 left on 1st and 10 from their own 14. Quick hitch, under pressure, got to get it loose, rolling right, throws over the middle, it's picked off. And that's going to do it. Touchdown, Woodbury Forest.
Might be coming back on a roughing the passer.
Is there a flag on the play? There is.
There's a flag on the play. Maybe the 3rd touchdown of the game coming back for Woodbury.
So if it doesn't matter whenever the ball is thrown. If you rough the passer, it's roughing the passer.
It's roughing the passer.
Even after. Okay, let's see what the call is. Could this be the 3rd touchdown negated? You rarely see that. And we shall see what the call is. Huge one right here with 1:04 left.
Yep. Roughing the passer, 15
Roughing
yards.
the passer. Humongous call. And that's an automatic 1st down. And most importantly, Episcopal keeps the football. What another huge call that goes for Episcopal.
When you get a new lease on life, Frank, it's time to open it up.
You got to open it up and say, yeah.
I think this might be we got a break there. We got to.
I agree 100%.
We need some chunks of yards here. Let it rip on 1st down. Do something.
Ball at the 29, 1st and 10 Clock was stopped because of the penalty. 1:04 left here in the fourth quarter. Gravely, straight drop back, under pressure. Got to see it from behind. Does not. He goes down. He got to call a timeout. Sack back at the 21.
Gravely's played a great game, but you got to know you've got 4 downs. You got to just get rid of it, and he's really played well, really managed. But that is a crusher.
Plus, you got to use your timeout, so they're down to 1 with 54 seconds left. 18-14. Episcopal trying to mount a huge drive here, but they're running out of time, running out of timeouts.
Yep, 1 timeout, 54 seconds.
But to have them room where they are right now, they would take it any time to have a chance to knock off the undefeated Tigers. 3 wide receivers to the right. Second down, 17, back at their 20.
The chains are not matched up properly.
No, they're not, are they?
That's interesting.
Yeah, they should be 7 yards further.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Looks like the refs are calling a timeout to fix it.
So the chain gang's got to move that second bullseye down to about the 36. Yeah, this doesn't add up on the sidelines, right? Because they only have to get 10 yards according to where we are. And that's what the officials are talking about. He was sacked. He lost 7 yards on a 1st and 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're a fan of this rivalry, literally every game since 2014 has been a close game.
It's amazing. Because you look at the records and you go, well, one team's 1-7, the other team's 7-0.
Yeah,
and yet here we are.
It's been literally the last 10 years in this rivalry has been fantastic. EHS has won 5, I think. Woodbury's won 4. He had the memorable tie in the fall of 2015 here in Hummel Bowl, the 14-14 tie.
So they did figure out the chain gang. They got to get up to the 38 for a first down from the 21. Second down, 17. Episcopal out of the timeout. They've got 1 remaining. 4 wide receivers. Just waiting for the official to blow the whistle to reset and get the snap off. All right, here we go. 4 wide receivers. Snap. Little dump off. Got a man. Did he gather it? Yes. Does he stay in bounds? Get out of bounds if you can. No, he stays in bounds. Only a pickup of about 5. Reed Phillips with the reception.
Nice play call, the Maroon.
And the clock continues to
Maroon
move.
were ready for. The Tigers are ready for it.
31 seconds and counting. This is a third down. Got an injured player. And this is going to be interesting. Do they have to use their final timeout?
I bet they do.
They call an official's timeout. But they could say Episcopal gets charged a timeout. As it looks like Reed Phillips is going to be okay, but for that moment, nice round of applause from the crowd. They probably will just restart the clock here, so Episcopal's got to be ready up at the line. 26 seconds left, trailing by 4. Third down and about 11. Clock runs.
We're at the eastbound and down moment.
22 seconds left. Got to go.
Got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Got to throw it up. There it is, up the middle.
Oh!
And it's going to be picked off.
Yeah, that's a flag.
That's another flag.
That's that'll be a 15-yarder.
I totally missed it. You saw it.
Clear hole by the Tiger. It was actually a really smart play by the Woodbury defender. If we get the replay here, the
Oh, the player fell down but got clipped.
The Woodbury player grabbed the Episcopal player around the waist.
And that's why he fell.
It was a good call, but it was a smart defensive play because he got beat. He'd rather give up the 15 yards than give up 40 or 50.
Pass interference, so it's a 15-yard penalty. You got 11 seconds left.
Coach Mateo, he likes that penalty. That was a smart play by the Woodbury defensive back.
And I'm curious how many yards Gravely can throw it in the air because we're getting into Hail Mary country here with 11 seconds. You got to play, then you got to call a timeout if it's inbounds.
Yeah, he's got 2 plays left, maybe.
Back to pass, got to throw it deep, going deep, throwing it up for grabs. And this one is intercepted and no flag, and that will do it. 18-14. Woodbury is going to hold on for dear life and get this victory.
Yeah, 2 seconds left.
The final score of the 123rd game.
No, they called it. They called it.
Well, that was the final play.
Game over.
Yeah. I thought there'd be a little more time on the clock, but that is all a moot point at this juncture. But what a game.
Yeah.
18-14. Episcopal fought their guts out, but come up just short.
Congrats to the Tigers for doing what they did all year long. And congrats to the Maroon who literally fought to the end. And you got to be proud of those guys playing the #1 private school team in the state and taking them down to the wire in an 18-14 loss. Typical of the Maroon season. Fought hard every game. But like we say, winning's contagious, and the ball bounces your way when you're winning, and when you're losing, that's contagious too, unfortunately. As you see the teams here going to shake hands. Just a great day, though.
123rd edition, just a fantastic spirit between these two schools, and literally left all out on the field in this one.
Win number 61 for the Woodbury Tigers in this historic rivalry.
And you can almost feel the disappointment on this side of the Episcopal fan base. Just very tough. They had it really well played up until a couple of those trick plays, man. And, and that was the difference. 18-14, Woodbury Forest gets a victory. Final thoughts on this game?
Final thoughts, kind of, if you looked at the records, if you looked at the production over the course of the season, you could have come into this game thinking it was going to be really ugly. It could have been ugly. They could have, you and I were talking about in the beginning, but the EHS team would not back down, would not be denied, and they gave Woodbury everything they could. Woodbury averaging 31 points a game, 18, and only giving up 9 points a game, and gave up 14 to the Maroon. Shut them out in the second half.
Yeah, think about this. Episcopal's got 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Yes.
And that was
First quarter.
First
You're
quarter.
exactly right.
Yeah, and then they just could not get anything going offensively. What really was working was throwing that football, and they sort of got away from it.
Playing in this game and having boys who played in this game, been on both sides of a win and a loss. The loss is bad, and then knowing you had 1 day off before you had basketball tryouts on Monday, that was even worse. And then exams coming up was even worse. So a great life lesson in resilience, and the sun's going to come up tomorrow. But lots of fun, and glad to be a part of this with you for the
it was great.
Second time, right, or third time?
Second time.
Okay.
Right, because 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago. But it was just a fantastic day of football because, as we've been preaching, when you have a rivalry game, literally nothing else of that season has mattered up until this point. And to Episcopal's credit, they showed that, hey, we're a pretty good football team.
And they really were. And they really were. Had some bad breaks early in the season. And
I'm told by a source that back when you were here. The exam portion, that was just, you just showed up. You didn't have to worry.
Well, true.
Either you knew it or you didn't.
True, I was here before coeducation, so they let anybody back in. And as the assistant headmaster told me that the 80s were a very challenging time for admissions at EHS, so I felt honored to be a part of that.
That's funny.
Nah, just kidding.
But, yeah, and what a day, and it was a pleasure again, man.
Yeah,
Great seeing
yeah,
you.
a lot of
Best of
fun.
luck. We'll see you in a couple of years,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope, down
Yeah,
the road.
No, we'll do it again.
Final score, Woodbury Forest comes in and gets the victory by the thinnest of margins, 18-14. And, yeah, think about this, too.
Yeah.
Going for that two-point conversion
Oh.
made Episcopal have to go for the touchdown of
Oh.
that final drive.
Oh.
They couldn't think about, let's get into field goal range.
Without a doubt.
They had to go for the 6.
A great call by Woodbury there. Really great call, gutsy call.
All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast. We appreciate you. For Chris Giblin, I'm Frank Hanran. Our entire crew. Final score again, Woodbury Forest 18, Episcopal 14. This has been the 123rd edition of the game. Enjoy your weekend.
And a good one.